name is Ziggy Ziegler. I'm a resident here of Billings, Montana, and married to my lovely wife, Stella. For some years in the past, I had the great pleasure of being a Yellowstone County Commissioner, and sort of left my wife in her business for a while, but now that I'm out of that, I'm back working with her every day. And we're a good team together. We know what has to be done next here at the bakery restaurant. And so we work pretty close together every day and getting resolved and being able to feed the people here in our community. So Stella, would you tell them a little bit about what you do here?
Well, we opened our business in 1978 in a little bakery, and in '85 we expanded to the restaurant. And so we have been in business for 37 years, growing steadily. We now have 42 employees. Ziggy is in a prison ministry and goes to prison once a month to mentor with the men, and then 2 weekends a year he goes for a whole weekend. From that, we started hiring people that were coming out of prison. We expanded then. We hire now from Alpha House and from Passages. We are fortunate to have a really good business, and we've been really fortunate to have quite a few successes. Sure, we have some that have not made it, but the employees that have stayed with us and worked with us have turned out to be really wonderful employees, and so it's been a real win-win for us in a lot of ways.
We also hire from the rescue mission, and of course we're right across the street from the women's shelter, and on occasion we'll employ one of the women over from across the street and try to help them. And sometimes we hear about their story and what's going on in their life, and try to encourage them as they work through us and for us. And like Stella said, sometimes we have some successes. We don't rely on that. We're just here to try to give these folks a hand up, not a handout. And some of it's appreciated and some of it's not. So that's what we're all about. Like Stella says, we have good days, bad days, and we just live through them and go on to the next day.
Years ago, when Zig was really involved with a lot of local fellowship guys in the prison ministry, and they were seeing a lot of, seemed like more downs than ups. One of the gentlemen made the comment, it really doesn't matter. Everything that we do, if it just helps one person, just one, to change their life and turn their life around and live a good life, then everything that we do is worthwhile. So that's always been kind of my mantra in the back of my head. So that's kind of where I come from.
So another day, another dollar, we'll just keep at it as long as we got our health and interested in doing business. I love it here at the restaurant. I don't know what to do if I ever retired. And I just have a great day every day, meeting people and just talking with people and just trying to put a smile on their face. And then work with our employees, some of those that are really struggling, just try to lift them up.
You have to understand, when you're working with people that have been in prison for many years or who've been in the halfway house for a long time, they have a hard time really fitting back into a normal life. And so sometimes I will even let them go and but bring them back if I feel like they're really trying, or they have been arrested for things that they did again, or maybe a past arrest. So we will give them second chances. You kind of have to go with your gut, whether they really are trying to change their life or whether they're just snowing us. And you do get a little bit better at picking that out, because there are people who just, they really don't want to do the job. They just want to fake it so they can get out and get right back to their drugs or whatever it was they did before. I try hard to weed those out pretty quick, because we even have high school kids that work here from time to time, and I just don't want that element. I want them to have empathy, but I don't want them to be exposed to an element that's not good for them either.
It's interesting that we find an element too, that the younger ones that we employ here have absolutely no work skills at all. Even if they finished high school or didn't finish high school, they were in maybe a drug culture at that early age, and so they relied on that for their subsistence to get around in the world. And so they come here looking for a job, and you say, what can you do? And they say, well, I've never had a job. So Stella and I will sometimes try to work with them to show them what kind of skills they need and give them a job so they can start maybe as a dishwasher or maybe a busser person. They learn to meet the public and be grateful that they have something to do during the day. So it's not always easy, but the younger generation sometimes really falter because they really do not have any skills.
My name is Nicole Hale. I came here to work at Stella's from Alpha House. I did get in trouble again, and I got sent away for treatment for 9 months in Elkhorn, Boulder, Montana. And they gave me a second chance, and it was the best second chance I've ever had because I've never let them down. Stella and Ziggy have taught me a lot of values, and those include honesty, integrity, and just being able to be responsible. I'm a floor manager here, and I plan to go back to school for business, so I'm pretty sure my skills I've gained here will help me there. Stella and Ziggy are the king and queen of chances. I've seen people come from Passages, Alpha House, the Mission, off the street. She gives them second, third, fourth, fifth chances because she believes in people. She believed in me. Like I said, I was in treatment and they held my job. I was really strung out on meth and didn't have any direction or cared if I had any direction. I just wanted to get in trouble more. But working for Stella and Ziggy, they're like parents. They just want what's the best for you, and they've taught me a lot about values and morals. Oh yeah, she gives chances to. I've had a few friends that went to school and went on to graduate and have their careers, and also we had one gal from Bulgaria. She came here on a work visa, and now she's running a restaurant in the Bahamas. So yeah, so that's pretty fabulous.
I'm Tara. My name's Tara. I've worked at Stella's for about 2 years now. They hired me straight out of pre-release. My crime is embezzlement, so I thought I was going to have a really hard time finding a job. But when Stella was interviewing me, she asked me, what my crime was, and I said embezzlement, and she just didn't even blink twice. Stella and Ziggy are great. I love working here, and I love working for Stella and Ziggy. They're very considerate, very respectful, very kind, caring, giving people. I've never even looked for another job. They give a lot to Billings, and I'm not really a city girl, but I don't really mind the city. So it's made my transition back into society easy working here at Stella's. What I learned from here, just respecting everybody equally as just a person, just another person, maybe? If that makes sense. I got all sorts of plans for my future. Just gotta make them happen. But for right now, I'm here.